Oh, there you guys are.
Whoa!
Where you been? Because obviously it's not us who've been gone. It's been you guys. Can't find you. Where'd you go?
Huh? Where did you guys go? I blinked. It was 3 weeks, and I was like, I didn't even know what to do without you people.
I know.
Making shows? No.
Actually.
I got a job.
Yep. Sorry, we missed a week, guys.
We missed, okay, let me see. It was 3 weeks ago, and this will come out a week from now.
Yeah.
So
it'll be like a full month.
Right, that means we gotta squeeze in 2 more episodes somehow to make up for what we lost in between times. So I mean, I guess we're gonna get just weeks of marathons, or I don't.
There'll be content to apologize, guys. I know some of you. I'm looking right at you, Hayden, right at you, saying, "Oh, Chatmen going away. You guys aren't gonna be making content anymore."
He said that.
He said that to me.
On
Steam.
That rat friend. I like Hayden.
He's a pretty cool guy.
We spent the weekend with Hayden.
Yeah. So yeah, Phil got a new job. That's why he couldn't.
Don't say that I couldn't.
I couldn't. We both kind of chose other priorities.
We didn't.
Yeah. Phil's job and me, I was getting ready for an anime convention
and video game convention, all packed into one envelope of love and acceptance. This is Tokyo in Tulsa. Spoiler alert: we live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean it's probably been said before.
Probably.
But yeah. So we went to Tokyo and Tulsa, and we're gonna just talk about that for a little while.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Tokyo in Tulsa because that is where we spent our weekend. This past weekend, July 11th through the 13th.
Let's just get really down to brass tacks about the specifics of the weekend.
One specific thing about the weekend was that we stayed in an Aloft hotel.
Just name dropping, just everything.
Speaking of which, the Chatmen today is sponsored in part by water in a cup.
Pretty good sponsor.
And that's what we're drinking today.
Yeah.
We are drinking water, Truman and I, and this water is probably one of the most hydrating things that you could have in your system. Get your some today and tomorrow, because if you don't have any, you'll die of dehydration.
Phil, breaking news. I was going to mention this earlier, but now it's going to go on the internet, so I can't not do it anymore.
Oh.
I've been meaning to live a healthier lifestyle. That's it. No more soda. I'm just going to drink water now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that is a step forward from drinking nothing but soda.
I did drink a lot of soda. I was like, I got to keep my hefty physique to cosplay.
Yeah.
Now that's over. I got no excuses.
Yep.
So
here, are you also going to be eating white bread, yellow mustard, bologna sandwiches all the time?
I don't put mustard on bologna because I'm not a heathen.
Oh, I guess that's just me then.
Yeah. I don't know about food. I know water. Cutting all that extra syrup out of my diet.
Okay.
So,
are you gonna start working out too?
Once school starts up and I have free access to a gym.
Okay.
So that's on record. Now you heard it here. And hopefully I won't regret saying this on the Chatmen.
Hey, guess what, guys? I'm extremely scrawny and skinny, and I should probably work out too. Am I going to? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm going to call this a July 14th resolution, because it's not New Year's.
Okay.
It's
well,
July.
You heard it here, everyone. If Truman does not start losing weight by... July 14th, 2015, then we'll have to...
I lied.
Then he lied. And that's all there is to it.
Liars don't get snacks.
Except they do.
Very much so. All right.
Okay.
So that's enough of that. Tokyo and Tulsa.
Tokyo and Tulsa was a wonderful place filled with wonderful people.
And some strange people, but a lot of good people
Here's the thing about Tulsa and Tokyo. You can't judge anyone without being judged yourself for judging people.
I was judging a lot.
But you can't say it out loud.
Nope, don't say it out loud.
And I don't want to say that these were any less amounts of people than we were.
Yeah, I mean...
If that makes sense at all. Here's the thing. Here's the deal, right?
Yeah.
You have a fair share of strange people in Tokyo and Tulsa. Us included.
Yeah.
We're weird in our own little retrospective ways. We like to dress up in costumes sometimes. I didn't.
I did.
But I like
We'll get into that later.
We'll talk about that later here on this episode of the Chatmen. You stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But there are some other people who dress how do I put it? The scantily clad people I have no problem with.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't give a crap. But there's some people who just, because this is a themed this is themed in anime and different things like that. When people are dressing as characters, and some people just dress as foxes, just animals.
Yeah.
And no problem, nothing wrong with that.
So
we just think it's weird for some reason.
So here's the deal. Last year, because we've been going to this convention for a couple years now. Last year, oh boy, there was just furries just everywhere.
Left, right, up, down, side to side, east, west, north, south.
You couldn't
up,
spit
down.
without hitting a furry. They're just all over the place. So you're going to count this year. There were still a lot. Not as much as last year, though.
Yeah.
But,
the only thing we think is weird about furries is that they don't seem to be able to define why they...
Yeah.
Why.
Yeah. But,
But whatever, we're not here to judge. We're just saying furries are weird, and that's the only thing we thought was weird about Tokyo and Tulsa. Other than that, everybody was dressing as those other things.
Yeah.
They were beautiful.
I will say, though, I was very happy. Last year, there was quite a bit of fan art and cosplay and just discussion about the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic crap that, I don't know.
It's great.
Nope. But
it's great, but doesn't deserve as much attention as it got, I think.
But it was just a BronyCon last year. There was so much. I'm so happy that this year that got dialed back. There was still, some art and some cosplay, but it was not like last year. It was like a cancer on the convention.
Boom! Everywhere you look.
Right up there with the level of furries last year. Both those levels, just right on down.
Right on down.
Just right down.
Just tiny small. You tap the table. That's how big it was.
Well, I mean, it'd be more than that because
perhaps
because you still noticed it. Well, but
I mean, if you're talking about molecules.
But so I was pretty happy about that.
Whatever. Anyway, anybody who likes Tokyo and Tulsa will probably be hearing this, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you're talking about furries bad," and we'll be like, "No, we're not talking about furries bad. We just think they're weird." Anyway, change topic. Sorry. There. Also, here's another thing. I realized that cussing is pretty much 20% of my vocabulary.
Yeah.
So Truman's gonna cut down on the high fructose corn syrup.
Yep.
I'm gonna cut down on using cuss words as any other word. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're great adjectives and
adjectives,
adverbs,
yes.
and verbs.
Verbs, yes.
Nouns,
adjectives, adverbs.
They're great.
They're perfect, except if you use them as a replacement for
Whoa, guys.
That was crazy lightning.
It's storming outside. Not raining, but there's just lightning all over. Oh, there's the thunder. I don't know if you can pick that up on the mic.
I hope you can, because that was intense. But I really hope that I can find a place for cuss words in my vocabulary to mix in with the vocabulary that I already have, rather than using it as a supplement or a replacement for for the fine vocabulary that I have, like the word fine, I can say that all day.
Here, we'll help each other out. You drink twice as much soda, and I'll cuss twice as much. And then we'll help each other out. We'll take each other's
away
burdens. Be like, nah, bro, I got this. You fucking piece of shit. And then Phil will be like, I can't talk because I'm just drinking all this soda.
It's just so good. It's coating my throat with that thick, syrupy liquid that I like so much.
It's so good.
Nice.
Nice.
Anyway.
So what were we talking about before we tangent off this again?
Well, we were talking about Tokyo and Tulsa. Let's talk about a little bit of experiences that we had there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see, there was one experience that I had. I went to about 3 panels, one of which was pretty much, they were talking about One Piece, and I was like, oh, cool, One Piece. A friend named Hayden, we talked about him before. He's also in episodes 8 and 18 of the Chatmen.
He's probably listening right now.
Probably listening right
Hayden.
now as we speak. Hey, Hayden. Hey, Hayden. Hayden. He was like, oh man, it was so funny last year. It was just improbable One Piece theories. What the One Piece is in that show. I know you guys don't know what that is. It's basically the best anime in the world. It's the best everything in the world.
Best pizza in the whole world. One Piece.
Yep. Anyway, so I was like, great, I'm going to sit through this. And I go there, and pretty much it was about 4 people talking.
Mm-hmm. That's what Hayden said it was last year too. It was about
right, one person up front screaming into the mic about how
it was a very small room to be mic'd as loud as it was. It was very loud,
especially with a voice like that.
Yeah, she was very excited and energetic, which is not necessarily bad
unless your throat emits verbal knives that pierce the eardrums of your listeners.
If I listen to your voice and you're like, oh, is that a peregrine falcon I'm hearing? Oh, no, that's a person talking.
Oh, wow.
Probably don't need a microphone. That's
all
I'm saying.
I swear I thought my eardrums were just being just ambushed by
it was
a flurry of bullets.
It was piercing.
Armor-piercing
shrills. Rounds.
Armor-piercing shrills.
Right in my ears.
Just shatter the brittlest of metals.
Yeah. She seemed like a nice person, though.
Yep.
Just very, very excited.
And unorganized.
Disorganized.
Whichever it is. So it's raining outside.
It's lightning again. Lightning count 2. Check mark. Tally mark.
There's a check mark, and then another third line to make it a lightning bolt.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, no, so it's a checkening bolt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, or it's a lightning check. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to work on that.
Patent pending.
Tangents aside,
tell me about this panel.
Here's the deal. Truman was there. Mm-hmm. He left.
I did leave. I
kind of sucked.
Well, it was just the volume was too much for my brain. I stood outside the panel for a while.
And this was a panel entitled "Improbable One Piece Theories." Mm-hmm. Theories on what the One Piece in the show One Piece is. Look it up if you're confused. And there was no probable One Piece theories. So anytime anybody said a theory that might be, credible, it was shot down. It was, you can't have that in this panel. This is about improbable ones. But I didn't see one that was, whatever, for constructive criticism and anything like that. Yeah. So basically it was just a circle jerk of people throwing around bad ideas for how the plot could ruin itself, and everybody was laughing about it. Yeah. And I was having a bad time. There was 3 people, kind of a stoned guy, Hayden was one of them.
Hayden was there.
And then another chick who was dressed as Kaku, the giraffe man from
Oh, yeah, I saw her. That was a pretty good outfit.
It was. And they were all just throwing around bad ideas with the panel person. Well, some people left and others were too uncomfortable to leave, but also too uncomfortable to stay, so they're kind of muttering amongst themselves, pretty much in the same position I was in, except all my friends abandoned me, except for Hayden, who was sitting in front of me, and I didn't
I
want
was
to talk.
right outside the door for a while, and then I
Left.
I abandoned you. I had to go buy some stuff.
It's fine, I don't blame you, because, let me tell you, I would have done the same thing if I had the balls to get up and leave that panel. I did not. So, they were just throwing around bad ideas, juggling them around like hacky sacks, kicking them up, and it got interesting to a point. Excuse me, I just coughed up a little bit of that tasty hot and spicy buffalo chicken from Domino's. Get you some.
Sponsor
From Domino's. Anyway, get you some. It got interesting to a point. I forgot what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But then it turned into just SpongeBob crossovers by the end of it.
Whoa, I love SpongeBob.
All they were saying was, here's how this is going to cross over with SpongeBob. How One Piece, the epic of One Piece, is going to cross over with the Nickelodeon sitcom series known as SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's not a sitcom,
It
but
was the same thing. I don't care. It sucks.
Early SpongeBob was good.
I don't care.
It got bad.
Nobody said anything about Fishman Island arc.
Yeah, I mean, that would make a good connection, I guess.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
All they said was,
'Cause, I mean, King...
hey, Luffy's Patrick and this person's is Sandy.
I mean, like, Neptune is a merman.
But nobody said any of that. Here's the thing. Nobody would connect anything that they had, any, quote-unquote theory. And this really pissed me off, because people don't know what the word theory actually means. You gotta have some sort of reasons to say the things that you say, rather than just a guess. And a hypothesis is an educated guess. So, like, theory, hypothesis, just a guess. It's not, you're like 2 steps down, not even the theories, and this is just, the misinterpretation of what the word theory actually means is one thing that ruffles my feathers. Secondly, when people try to ruin the series of One Piece, that really ruffles my Johnsons as well. That irked me quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I left after it ended, and I can safely say that was probably the worst panel that I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't stick around.
But you stuck around long enough to get the gist of what was happening.
I was like, nah, it's not for me. And then I went away.
Hey, Truman, tell us a little bit about your cosplay.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a big guy. And this may sound rude to people, but I feel like you should probably... it's better to pick characters to portray that fit what you already look like. So last year I was Porco Rosso, a big fat pig man. This year I was like, who's a nice large rotund man? Heavy weapons guy. So
from the hit video game series show Team Fortress 2.
Let me just real quick, I'll get this out of the way. Team Fortress 2 is a great class-based shooter, and it's free to play. So y'all should go pick it up. It's on Steam. It's a great game.
Pick it up and put it down, because it's not as good as Borderlands 2.
Heavy weapons, well, it's better because it's free.
Well, okay.
But Heavy weapons guy is a very large Russian man. Bald head. It's the first thing I did. Shaved my head. Lightning Strike 3. Chick. Bako!
Oh my god. Chicka.
So I started in February. I had to build an outfit and 2 props. I wanted to build 2 props this year. And let me tell you guys, this was the most elaborate costume I've put together so far. And I don't ever want to put anything as elaborate as this was.
Again.
Don't ever want to do it again. But... a lot of people, heavy weapons guy, they're like, oh, I'll build a minigun. His signature weapon, a large, 6-barreled, huge gun. It's like, nah. I don't even use the minigun when I play. I chose the Tomislav. You guys know anything about TF2. Tomislav is a modified Thompson's submachine gun. It's got a single barrel. It's a little bit more compact. It still took me 4 months to build. Not to toot my own horn. It came out all right.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Didn't come out as well as my sandwich. A big old... with the sandwich, you get a 50 health back if you eat it.
He made a good-looking sandwich.
It's
I'm not gonna lie. If I did not know that was made out of foam, probably would have eaten it by now.
I feel like I'm bragging a lot, but a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I love the sandwich," and I said, "Yeah, it came out really well." And they said, "Well, you made it?" I was like, "Yeah, I made it." I'm like, that's amazing.
Yep. Everybody was bragging or chiming in on how great, Truman's everything turned out being.
I took so many pictures this year. I lost count. I was counting how many pictures. Lost count. So many. But
he wasn't counting forever because he lost it.
I lost.
He lost the count.
Ran away.
Just ditched him. Go on.
I did run into a bunch of other Team Fortress 2 cosplayers. We had a little photo shoot. That was nice. We had a couple scouts, a pyro, a really good medic. Hey, Red Medic. I appreciate you taking a picture with me.
He became friends with that
we're friends.
Med Reddick after the photos.
It was actually probably the photos was cool. Shook his hand, everything. But then Saturday night there was always a nice little rave party. And Phil finally convinced me to go to the rave for a little while because I don't usually go.
When I danced like a madman.
You danced. I got a whole conga line of people following me around.
Yep, I followed right behind you.
In the most recent Team Fortress update that came out like 3 weeks ago, they added a taunt where you can do a little conga line dance, and everybody loves it. So I thought, hey, I'm in a pretty good character costume. We'll just get a conga going.
That's right.
I wish we had video of it, because there was a lot of people at one point.
I feel like one must be uploaded
somewhere
to YouTube somewhere at some point. I mean, we just checked as soon as we got home.
Yeah, so. I've been searching for pictures and videos, but it was really fun. And then me and Red Medic had a little hoedown, which is more taunts from the game. And then
the square dance.
We were square dancing.
Square dancing up a storm in a rave party. And unrelated, it's actually storming outside right now. So full circle.
Full circle.
By the way, I ran out of water.
Did you?
I
wasn't gonna. Whoa, now. I guess we could pause for a second. We're not doing an intermission anymore.
Nope, that's fine. Guess what, guys? Since some people were bitching about. Some people were complaining about how long our episodes are. We've decided to take our extended episodes and divide them into segments.
Little snacks, little bites.
Just little snippets.
Instead of gorging yourself at a beautiful banquet.
Right.
We're like, how about you take this little sandwich on the road?
Right. So that being said, since we are timing ourselves, I think the whole point was to make them like 30 minutes each. Right?
I was going to do 15 minutes.
Oh, well, okay, then it really doesn't have to be as short as we were going to do it. If we're gonna divide it, you know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll try to get it wrapped up as soon as we can because we are bantering right now, which is what the goal is, to cut down.
Yeah.